Here's the problem with the turbos. You want to go faster? You start producing, you start sucking more air. You start pushing out more exhaust. Well, now you need bigger exhaust. Now you need a bigger turbo. And now you need a bigger intercooler to keep all that cold and keep all that intake charge cool. So suddenly your real estate starts vanishing, all right, really fast. Because now you're custom making all these tubes. Now you got to have exits. Now you got to have a bigger intercooler. And now you're running out of room. Now, I'll tell you what, a very, very good fabricator, not a problem. A good fabricator can put all the nice complex bends in it without losing velocity, and he can make a really tight, really good, really smart turbo plumbing system, and it'll all fit. Why is it still a problem? And why do manufacturers kind of shy away from it? It's called heat mitigation, all right? Because suddenly you have a lot of hot tubing circling the engine, running around. You got a lot of heat everywhere, okay? Now, in a well-ventilated setup, in a well-ventilated side-by-side, in a well-ventilated car, heat mitigation really isn't an issue, all right? You can go to DEI and get a bunch of heat shield stuff, and you can wrap it, and you can wrap it. I've done header wraps where you cut your fingers wide open. You're sitting there tying all this stuff off, all right? You can heat wrap everything. You can put heat shields up. That's great. The problem is there still isn't a lot of air circulation in the engine compartment of a personal watercraft, because the more air circulation, there's more water intrusion. I don't think I'm speaking outside of school here. I think that's pretty common sense. All right. So that's why you see like the guys like CRT and JP Racing and the guys who are going 130 miles an hour and having like there was this crazy drag race a week ago where they bet over $100,000 who was faster, which blows my mind that someone has $100,000 to bet on jet ski racing. But I guess the drug trade is good. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. But those guys, they're not running back seats. They got big open cowlings. All right. They're not taking those things out into the surf. They're not joyriding those skis. Okay. Those are top fuel dragsters. Those skis fire up, make a pass, cool off, make another pass, come in, tear down the engine. All right. There is a high, very, very high consumable rate. All right. There is a lot of lost parts and dead parts with those. Now, I talk about that, and that's not really applicable. All right. 600 horsepower out of a FZR, and those guys, manufacturers will never, ever, ever touch that. Okay. But what the manufacturers do toy with is I say toy with, I shouldn't say that. But they are actively engaged in turbocharging small displacement engines. All right. And efficiency standards have gotten better. All right. They're no longer content with just that'll work. They really want to have high efficiency because they don't want the scrutiny and they don't want CAFE coming down on them. All right. They don't want the freaking psychopath socialists in California ruining it for everyone else. So, interestingly enough, the biggest indicator that I have that there is potential for new powertrains for Sea-Doo is by looking at Ski-Doo. All right. I look at Can-Am and I look at Ski-Doo religiously. Those are predominantly higher sellers than Sea-Doo. All right. Side-by-side sales, snowmobile sales are killer. They're killer. Don't get me wrong. Sea-Doo is still the number one personal watercraft vendor in the world. They're still the number one market share. Not by much, by about 3 points, but they're still number one. So, that being said, my biggest takeaway on these is looking at the very successful 900 Ace Turbo. All right, that's in the Mavericks and it's also in the Ski-Doos. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out. This clip was taken from our weekly podcast that we record here every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to watch the whole video, you can go to the Watercraft Journal's YouTube channel, go to playlists, and then click on live sessions. You're going to see it there. Otherwise, go ahead and leave a like, a comment, and definitely subscribe to the channel. It helps us grow. And again, thanks again for watching our videos, and we hope to see you soon.